Guys without a purpose usually finds a woman that does. Guys without a purpose usually finds a woman that does. Let's talk about that real quick. I see Shan is smiling. I don't know what that smile about. I don't know if it's a joke or you serious. I know you're on mute. I'm gonna go to you first, Rilla. What are your thoughts about that? Guys without a purpose usually
I just want
finds a
to make
woman
sure.
that does.
Yeah, you see the eyes rolling in the back of my head. Guys without a purpose usually finds a woman that does. That does what? Have a purpose, or finds help him find his purpose.
No, usually
Different.
find a woman that has a purpose.
Nah, that's not my experience. That's not my observation. That's not what I know to be true. It's usually, man, it's I've been gone too long, so I feel like cutting up tonight, man. It's usually two dumb motherfuckers find each other
What?
and make more dumb motherfuckers, and then populate the world with a whole bunch of dumb motherfuckers that the rest of us smart motherfuckers got to deal with, right? So I don't really see it. Guys without a purpose, and this is why we tell young bloods, man. Listen, I often say I'm a living example, and I always use myself as an example on the show. If I knew now, if what I knew now, I knew it at 19, 20, 21, and I was applying it, I'd be way ahead of the game. Way ahead of the game. So that's why we always preaching and always telling y'all, like, yo, focus on yourself. Stay on your square. Be a man of character. Be a man of integrity. You know what I'm saying? Practice the four agreements, right? This is why we say these things. Because in my travels, people that I've come across, like even for me, like when I didn't understand my purpose and I wasn't in my purpose, I didn't find women that was, in her purpose or understood what I was. None of that, man. It was usually trifling situations. It was usually some trifling situations. So I ain't gonna belabor the point, but that's what it is for me, man. This is usually two dumb motherfuckers find each other and populate the world with more dumb motherfuckers.
All right. What are your thoughts about it, Ricky? Guys without a purpose usually finds a woman that does.
Nah, man. I think the women find them, bro. You know what I'm saying? I think the women find them. They love that potential. You know what I'm saying? The potential. You got the potential to be great. You got the potential to get a hustler. I don't think they finding nothing. Usually, I mean, again, I can only speak from my experience because I only know what I've been through. When I see stuff like this that happen, you know what I'm saying? It's a girl giving a dude a shot. You know what I'm saying? These them relationships you be looking at like, why the hell she with him? How that shit even happen? Right? Because really what's going on is she did the choosing, not the other way around. You know what I'm saying? She did the pursuing, not the other way around. Right? So men, no, I think the women find them. So that's just my take on it.
All right,
You know what that made
SD.
me think about, Ricky? Remember that attorney in Atlanta? That sister, she was a six-figure sister and was dating I guess what people would consider to be a Pookie or a Ray Ray, and he deleted her. When you were saying that, that's what it made me think about. Like I could see in that situation, I would imagine that she found him, not the other way around.
SD, what are your thoughts about it? Guys without a purpose usually finds a woman that does.
I think it's a lot of truth in it, man. Because you see a lot of these here chicks, man, be with dudes, man, that's unemployed. They ain't really got a whole lot going on, and she be a nurse or a teacher or something, man, and get caught up in some mess with him. You know what I'm saying? That's like a lot of dudes like that go for women that's making decent money. That's why what I mean. Right now in the dating world, women be complaining about the dudes. You know what I mean? But those guys that go after their money and that's important to them, those guys are typically not on their purpose. And you know what I'm saying, don't have nothing going for themselves. So I agree with it, you know what I'm saying, some of it for sure.
All right, what about you, humble dad?
My take is like I would say that it seems to be of truth because of the percentages of single women, right? These women saying that it's like 70% of almost 70% of black women. I'm gonna just speak specifically of black women are single, right? But they would say that they're on their purpose. If you talk to them, they would say they're on their purpose, and they're in the dating world, the dating field, in the market or whatever. And so then they're still talking to these dudes that are giving them the time of day that are not on their purpose. So I would say, as I look at it, because I was thinking what Rilla and Ricky was saying to a point, but then I was like, okay, well then if that's the case, then why is a woman that's on her purpose still single? Right? Now it could be her purpose to say that she wants to be single, then that's different, right? But most women want to be married. So why would you deal with a dude that is not on that type of trajectory? So I would say that it's true.
Go ahead, SD.
Just for what my man was saying, I think a lot of them are single because they're on that purpose, which is typically money and social status, right? And a lot of times that bumps heads with what a man wants and actually needs from a woman. They be on that purpose so much that they ignore everything about a man's needs and wants in a woman. So that's why I think a lot of them are single now. If you look up a lot of the studies done on Black women in particular and the educated Black woman, that's one of the things that they talk about.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So are you saying that the women that have a purpose, they're going after dudes that don't have a purpose? So you're agreeing with the statement, right?
Yeah, I agree. I agree with the statement because I think it gives them a sense of power and control over those dudes too, because they can control the situation. If they want to put him out, they can put him out. He ain't got what he gonna do. He don't really have much. I actually know women like that, but the ones that I was referring to that are, you know what I'm saying, single and can't find this guy that they really want, this guy that's an upper tier type of quality man, it's because they've ignored everything that a man wants in search of their social purpose out here in the working world.
Yeah, I got you. So just for the record, I'm not saying every woman, right? Hopefully
No.
people can understand generalities.
Yeah.
But I'm using the context of why are there so many women that are single, but they still date these dudes, right? And they still give them the time of day, a dude that's not on his purpose. Because in my mind, a dude that's on his purpose aspires to be married at some point, right? It's a part of the program. And they see some of the men that seem to be on their purpose seem to be struggling to find that type of woman. Not all, but just in general, that's what seems to be the conversation.
Control, man. Control.
I'm interested to hear what Shannon has to say, though.
Hold on. Before Shan speaks, somebody in the chat wants us to define purpose. They say women and men are on a purpose.
You're on mute, Shannon.
You're on mute,
We can hear
Shannon.
you.
You probably must not have your
His mic not working.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you got your mic connected. Go to settings and see if you can connect your mic. Make sure it's connected.
You know, while he working on that, I would say like purpose is what are your goals? What are your aspirations?
Test
and
one, two.
And what are your steps to actually achieve those? Because everybody has a different purpose.
Why was that off?
So what's the end goal and how are you planning on getting to the end goal? Some people are just out here just like, you know, I'm just waking up today and I'm gonna go to work and that's it.
Shan, before you jump in, let me cook out the humble dad just real quick.
I'm done. You good?
Yeah. So listen, for me, when I think about purpose, I like to keep it super simple. Why are you here? You know how many people travel through life who exist in this lifetime don't even know what they're here for, what they supposed to be doing. They just living to get by from paycheck to paycheck. They don't know who they supposed to be if they're supposed to be impacting, if there's a greater if there's something greater than them. So when I think about purpose, I think about answering the question. I'm always answering the question, why am I here? And it's always something bigger than me, whether that's family legacy, whether that's my neighborhood, whether that's my community, whatever that is. When you think about purpose, you talk about a man being on his purpose. He's answering the question, why am I here? He's probably thinking about Well, more than likely, he's thinking about legacy. All that stuff plays a part in it. But to keep it super simple, it's why are you here?
If I could speak on purpose, I mean, the purpose is to get through it. You live and to die if you're being honest with it. You know what I'm saying? Your purpose is the trip in between that. Right? My purpose is to make sure I'm being loved and revered by my family. So somebody remember me when I go on and can pass me on. Right? The rest of the stuff is just filler. It's just entertainment. It's really what it is. But that's all I got on that.
All right, Shan. Well, guys without a purpose usually finds a woman that does.
Guys without a purpose usually end up shiftless, broke, ain't shit niggas. That's what they usually end up being. So a lot, remember, and that's what I'm glad you asked that question. And first of all, to be perfectly honest, I really don't need to add much because Rilla's original point is 100%. I'm with that 100%. I don't really need to add much to that. He said it perfectly. I'm with him 100% on that. A guy without a purpose, first of all, you asked what the difference between a purpose. So you got purpose, you got goals, you got objectives, right? A lot of people are mixing up what a purpose is with a goal. A purpose is the long term. It's why you exist. Exactly what Rilla said. Why are you here? What are you here for? Why are you here? Long term. What are you existing for? That is what a purpose is. A goal is usually short term. An objective is usually what you do to get to that goal, right? Which way you're going to win that particular battle. That's the objective on how to make sure we win this one battle so we can ultimately win the war. An objective is what you do to attain a particular goal. A goal is what women have. Women have lots of goals. I'm with women with goals. And if it's a job, if your goal is to get your PhD, if your goal is to get to get married, if your goal is to start a business, if your goal is to become a fitness trainer, if your goal is to be a motivational speaker. I love those goals for women. But what's your purpose? What the hell are you here for as a woman? And that's what a lot of people mix up. Oh, I'm on my purpose. It's a lot of feel good words that a lot of people been using a lot lately, but they're just using it. When I hear that, because I'm a wordsmith. So when I hear that, I'll be like, do you know what the fuck you talking about? I don't know that you know what you're talking about. Are you using a proper term? The purpose of a woman is a man. The purpose of a woman is to build that family. That's what she's here for. She can have all the goals she wants, but her purpose is her man. And if you got a guy with a purpose, what is the question? Guys without a purpose usually find a woman that does. No, he's not gonna find a woman. He may find a woman with goals. You know what a guy does? A guy without a purpose finds a woman to turn into a baby mama. That's what a guy without a purpose finds a woman to turn into a baby mama and run around, and that is who we define as Pookie and Ray Ray. If he don't have no purpose, because there's guys that's out there that just don't know what to do. You ask him, man, what do you want to do? What are you here for? What are you contributing to the human race? Man, I don't know really. I'm thinking about getting my license so I can become a truck. Then I was hoping that I can get into some crypto, and you don't know what you want to do, bro. Have you ever known what you want to do? There's some people that's out there, some brothers that's out there that's completely lost, right? Men's purpose is to make sure that they help the race continue moving forward. What are you contributing to this society so we can become better than we were yesterday? Ladies, help us do that. You are here to help me do what I'm here to do. Period.
Help me help you, basically. Help me help you.
Exactly. I'm here to make shit better for the future and our children, and you're here to help me make shit better for our future and our children. And so a lot of people get purpose mixed up with goals. Women, you can have as many goals as you want. I love goals. That's fantastic, but we need to rephrase it. Goals is your tasks. Your objective is what you use to attain those goals. Goals is what you're doing to help, for men particularly, achieve your purpose. But ladies, your purpose is me. Really? Now, when you feel that you have a bigger purpose than family, nurturing, and being what you naturally are, not what you normally are. Remember, I talked about that natural and normal. Normal is what we're taught and indoctrinated with. Natural is what you would be if you got no instructions from anybody else. If you was dropped, everybody's seen the movie The Blue Lagoon. Well, maybe you guys haven't. That's kind of old school. Me and Rilla seen it.
What?
You know, two human beings are dropped on an island with no instructions, no language, no nothing. Just one male, one female. As a baby, they grew up together. It's an old school movie. You guys should watch it. Blue Lagoon. What happens? What happens naturally with no instruction from anybody else? What happens naturally without any instruction, any indoctrination, any teachings from parents, any culture from your family and your environment? You just dropped on an island as a child able to feed yourself, you as a man or as a male and her as a female, same age. What happens?
That's good, man. That's good. That's good.
Go ahead.
There you can find what a purpose is, and you'll realize that the purpose is for women to help men and men to make sure we move forward. So the guys without a purpose usually find a woman that does. No, not at all. Just like Rilla said, not at all. A guy without a purpose is just a shiftless motherfucker that is lost, and they turn out when they get to be my age, ain't shit motherfuckers. You still an ain't shit motherfucker. You've been an ain't shit motherfucker for 30 years. So if you found a woman that was trying to think that she was on her purpose, or she was on her goal to success and her goal to independence or financial freedom, or whatever her goal is, he usually corrupts those women because the women usually like the wrong guy. And that's where we get to the selection parts. That's me though.
Go ahead, SD.
So, man, that's a excellent point. Separating the two, and I think that the reason why the marriage rates have plummeted so much for specifically, you know what I'm saying, the Black community, the women, the men, mainly, I think it affects the women a little more, is because they have replaced that purpose of family and man with career, job, degrees. So now when they get later on in life and they got the degrees, they got the money and different things like that, now at 30 years old, 32, they're trying to figure out that purpose. Okay, where's my man? Where's my family? Where is this? And they have ignored everything about learning about that purpose of a man. They've ignored it all. So now they started from scratch at 32, 33 years old, 30. And the men that are ready for that are saying, no, you're not there. You're masculine now. You're aggressive now. You are all these things that you have built up over this period of time of chasing a goal and ignoring your purpose. That's an excellent point, man. It made me see it. You know what I'm saying? When you separated the two, it made me see it, because it's clear as day when you look at the modern women now in America, especially. So hey, that's an excellent point.
Okay. Shantae in the chat said, what happens if the man leaves? He complains about alimony.
What's the alimony rate? Well, can you blame them? 97% of alimony is paid by men, 3% by women in America. 3% out of 100 alimony cases, 97 of them are men. 3 women stand there paying alimony. 97 dudes in the room. So, you know, and now I don't know why he left, but I can see why he's complaining.
And if we being honest, we ladies, y'all really need to stop doing that stuff, bro, because y'all know that's not the norm and that's not the truth. A real dude, more than likely, if y'all breaking up, he gonna let you go your way
and give you
and gonna make sure you straight.
Take it.
Make sure you straight.
Stop doing that. Stop doing that. That's the problem. That's the problem.
Hey, Ricky, let me answer her question. Like, I feel like cutting up. I feel like I ain't been here in a minute. So, the question was, what happens about the man complaining about alimony when he leaves? Nobody cares. That's what happens. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody. Not you. Not the court system. Not the woman he's leaving behind. Nobody cares. Like, straight up. So it's exactly what Ricky's saying. Like, we got to stop that. It's not the norm.
Man, she talking about she's saying, what if the man leaves after he makes it, sweetheart? Y'all leaving 75, 80% of the time. It ain't the men leaving, sweetheart. If you look at the divorce rates, the men aren't leaving at nearly the rate that women are leaving. So because like he said, 97% of the alimony being paid by men. Men have more of a incentive financially to stay. Women have more of an incentive financially to leave. So it's not the men that's walking away from these marriages in droves like the women. So I understand what you're saying, but in the great scheme of things, as far as divorces and leaving, it's the women that's walking away way more than the men.
But why don't we try to answer her question though from her perspective, from what she's asking, right? She's wanting to know what then. Well, I mean, it's no different than what happens when you see, you want to do well at a job, but then, I'll give an example as a job. The job doesn't pan out. What do? Do you be like, oh man, you know what? You just like, okay, well, here's the job now. I don't have it no more. You just sit there and do nothing. No, you go try to get another job, right? So if it happens to the situation of that, because it's not like it hasn't happened before, where the like she said, a man cheated and now she wants to leave, right? And now she's like, I've invested into him, so now what do I do? Well, what you do is what you still need to do. If you want to be married, then you can go get married again. Your situation is different. You know what I'm saying? That makes you like, it's not like you decided to leave him, he decided to leave you. It's a totally different situation.
Humble Dad, I'm gonna push back a little bit though, because I think a lot of times what tends to happen is we hear these sensationalized stories. We want to highlight that, and we wind up majoring on minor. Dudes are not leaving at the rate that women leave marriages. So why even I'm not trying to be funny with her, and I'm not pushing back heavy on you as much, but I'm like, why even entertain that question? We know for a fact dudes are not leaving. I said up there, I gave my own story of being in a 10-year marriage, 9 years longer than what I was supposed to be. Why? Because I didn't want to leave. Why? For my kids. And most men are like that. Most men will stay down. They will endure. They will go through hurt silently. They will suffer silently for whatever reason.